Good evening, Mr. Fola.
What's up? Trust you're good. How is it going for? So let's just
It's
wait
going
a bit.
well.
Let's just wait a bit to
Okay, sir.
those probably joining us. And I understand that the people can be very difficult to go home now because of hold up and other things like that. So Paul, today seems to be
Yes.
your first day of joining us, right?
Today seems to be second. This is the second 1.5. The first day
Okay.
I joined though it was late. I joined late. My schedules have not been allowing that. Midweek services closing late in the
Okay.
place of work. Even
So
that first that I joined, I don't want to be listening and just put it on. You will not listen to what's going. You're just wasting data. That's been the difficulty.
will I be right that there's a possibility that how do I put it? There's a possibility that this 7:30 is not really um
That's not
convenient.
convenient for working
Yeah,
class.
okay. Because I noticed that we are having inconsistent attendance with even other people. Mr. Adiolu is here. Mr. Adiolu is one of our
Oh,
coaches. Hello, good
oh, good
evening,
evening, Mr. Hello, good evening.
Good evening,
Mr.
Doc.
Good evening, sir. How you doing, sir? Trust you are good.
Ve- Very well, very well. I skipped through the traffic today. I'm just getting in.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fantastic.
thank you.
That's fantastic. And even me too, I have to find a way, to escape the traffic. So officially, let me say
Yeah,
welcome to day 7 of the reinvent program. And I believe
thank
that
you, sir.
you start your week in a fruitful way. So I want to believe that. So I will not waste your time today so that all of us can go and sleep and prepare for tomorrow. I'm just giving a feedback from one of our attendees or participants that there's a likelihood that our 7:30 is not really appropriate for our working class. So we are going to work on that. And you know, we're actually rounding up with the first 10 days before we move into the other 30 days, which has to do with our challenge, whereby we'll be working with all participants that really want to join the coaching group, and we'll be working together, to clarify so many things together. I'm really excited that we are meeting today, and I know that you too, you are excited that we are meeting today. So let me quickly uh, go straight to why we are here today. So give me a few moments. Ovuke Omenin, hello, good evening. You have been a consistent participant, and I really want to say good evening to you. You're welcome. So, without wasting much of our time, this is what we are doing today. Hi, hello, welcome. I have to
Thank
greet
you,
you
sir. Good evening,
especially
sir.
because I could see your commitment to each of the day. So, like I promised yesterday, yesterday we actually had a chat so that I am able to allow people to ask questions about the first 6th day, and it was amazing. The feedback was so amazing. So, without wasting much of our time today, this is what we are trying to do today. We are looking at the purpose zone, but I tried to name it sustained purpose zone. And don't worry, I'm going to clarify what I mean by purpose zone, because we have discovered that most people, they are not really sure whether they have purpose or whether they are in their purpose zone in terms of their career, their businesses, probably family relationship, partnership. They are always confused. They don't know whether they are there or not. And don't forget, we have been able to create a background to the purpose-based actions that, when there is an alignment between your energy and your purpose, you are going to create a positive outcome. But I was very careful to name it a positive outcome, I just said outcome, because what it means is that if you combine negative energy with a negative purpose, you will definitely get what? Negative outcome. And that is what happened with the issue of, for example, Boko Haram in Nigeria. That's what happened to the issue of Boko Haram in Nigeria, or probably ISIS in Arab countries. So most of the time when I talk about your energy, purpose, and outcome, I'm actually saying positive energy. When aligned with positive purpose, you are going to create a remarkable and extraordinary outcome that could change you as an individual and also turn your environment around. However, most of the time, we are always confused or distracted at a particular point in our life. We are not even sure whether we are in the purpose, zone. Please just give me a few moments. I need to do something right now. Apology for that. Yeah, thank you. So we have to know. So let's quickly go into it. Okay, here we are. So the question is, what is the meaning of purpose zone? How do we define it? And this purpose zone has a unique source from what I refer to as flow. Everything I'm discussing with you now are the things I'm working on in my PhD. And I am doing it because over the years, I have been thinking, how do I get people out of depression, out of emptiness, out of frustration, out of inability to discover themselves or even harness and maximize their potential? Because I've seen so many people so great talent, strength, energy, yet they are not successful. And by the grace of God, I've been working with them for the past 6 years. And I've come to understand that what we are discussing now actually work. And what I'm trying to do right now is to find a way to conceptualize it and also to document it. And if possible, by the time I'm done with my PhD, automatically it will become, a research and academic work whereby we will see how I've been working with the issue of flow. So this purpose zone is created out of the flow arena. So I refer to as the state when you are not going through the motions. You are not just going through the motion, but you are actively engaged in activities that resonate with your deeper purpose, probably in business or in relationship or environment, anywhere you find yourself, you are engaging. You are not just following people. You are not just doing things because people are doing it. You are not just in a relationship simply because you want to be in a relationship. You are not just starting business just because people are doing it. You are doing something that is actively uh, in line with your deeper purpose or with your authentic uh, purpose. Apology. I need to, okay, good. I want to ensure that we are in the same area. So that's that about what I refer to as this deep, purpose refers to that. Okay, so we need to ask this one good question, and the question is, write it down. Am I actively engaged with activities that are in line with my deep purpose or with my authentic purpose? We can talk about your vision, your mission, and all of this. So it is very, very important for you to have something like that. So let's look at what is ahead of us now. So let's look at it again. This the purpose zone. When you are in the purpose zone, there is a sense of flow. I mentioned something like a sense of flow. So when you are in the purpose zone, there is a sense of flow. So let me quickly explain that. A sense of flow is a seamless movement towards your goals with clarity and conviction. When you are in the flow, nothing else matter. I don't know whether you have heard that word before. People telling you that, hey, nothing else matter. Like somebody said, if you can find a way to live, Nothing else mattered again. So operating within the purpose zone is not just about being busy. It is about being intentional about productivity, or being intentionally productive and fulfilled, sustaining happiness. So I now call it ecstatic. Have you heard the word ecstatic before? Ecstatic is a deep happiness, not just um, paraphrase happiness. It's like the core. Okay, is this the real deal of happiness? So when we are talking about ecstatic, what we are trying to say is that um, it doesn't really matter uh, what you are doing or what happened to you. Okay, thank you so much, Adeolu. Adeolu is calling out the X Factor zone. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is so Adeolu. Let me quickly, since you are part of the coach, let me give you the opportunity to talk about that. Let me quickly give you the opportunity to talk about that. The X Factor zone. At least let's learn from you. Thank you, Adeolu. Over to you, Adeolu. Are you there, Adeolu?
All right, Doc.
Hello.
Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening. I won't spend so much time talking about the X Factor zone. Just let me take a couple of minutes. The X Factor zone is the zone where nothing else matters. You
Fantastic.
100% focus on your goal.
Fantastic.
100%.
Fantastic.
Nothing except the goal. And the people that experience the X Factor zone most of the times are professionals.
Fantastic.
Um, it's athlete, say footballers. When Ronaldo is in the X Factor zone, nothing else
Fantastic.
matters. He dribbles,
Fantastic.
just wants. He's so
Mm-hmm.
focused on how to get that goal. That's the moment you say, hey, maybe the match is going to end very soon in a couple of minutes, and he just
Mm-hmm.
from nowhere hit the goal line. Boom! That's the X Factor zone.
Thank
You
you
know,
so much.
and before you get to the X Factor zone, it takes
Mhm,
a lot of concentration. It takes
mhm.
a lot of, people say about Cristiano Ronaldo. Sorry, I'm using him
Yeah,
again
yeah,
because,
you're right. Please go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Cristiano Ronaldo takes a lot of preparations into his game.
Yeah.
There were when he was set to train in the dark where
Mm-hmm.
there's no light.
Mm-hmm.
He hits the goal. What he's
Mm-hmm.
trying to do is to get himself to 100% focus where
Fantastic.
nothing else matters except he wants to achieve. They say that sometimes when he wants to train for his free kick, he ties like bricks on his laps,
Mm-hmm.
bricks on his, and in the dark, and he hit the mark, boom, 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 boom. So when it comes to reality and playing on the pitch, he just himself 100% in that form, and he hits no matter what is in front of him, the barriers, the drills, he just get it done, and
Fantastic.
everybody claps.
Thank you so much,
Lot.
Mr. Diolu. You're already taking over my class, and I love it because you'll be so amazed and surprised that I actually used athletics, like football, to actually describe the purpose zone, which is also the X factor zone. Thank you so much. Don't worry, we are still going to get the best from him in the coming week. Thank you so much, sir. So let's quickly move ahead. So how do you identify the purpose zone? As you can see, it is refers to, if you look at what our professor just described now, and you will see, number one, you will see heightened focus, intrinsic motivation, effortless flow, or we refer to it as optimum experience, and the clarity of direction. These are the foundation, the core drivers, or the core thing when it comes to the purpose zone. So the question is this: you need to ask yourself this question: are you focused on the goal? When you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, he is very focused. Then, secondly, you can begin to ask this question: what is his motivation? By now, you should know that his motivation is no longer external motivation, like extrinsic motivation. Look at the media. Look at what they are saying about him. Look at what they are saying about him in his home country. Look at what they are saying about him in fever. Or so extrinsically, motivation is not really coming, but there is something that makes him to do what he does. There is no any other thing than purpose. The man is already in the purpose zone. And that was why he was at age 38, he's still making or doing a lot of magic with his football skills. Another thing is that there is an effortless flow. It does what is trying, it does football like it is so easy. Okay. I've seen so many footballers at age 30, 37, 36, they have retired. But Ronaldo is still in the flow, is still in the moment. Let me put it that way. In the moment. I don't know whether you have asked something like that before. You are enjoying the moment, you are in the moment, you are in at the optimum experience whereby nothing else matters, whether you are paid or you are not paid, you are just doing what you like doing. And that is, you need to identify this and ask yourself this question: am I in my purpose zone? And the last thing in that place is that there is a clarity. You can't just buy him over. Nobody can buy you over. There is, you know exactly where you're going. You know the kind of partnership you should enter, the one you should not enter. Nobody's going to buy you over because you are just focused and you are putting all of your energy into something purposeful. So you need to ask yourself this question: am I in the purpose zone? Let me quickly try to clarify that arena. Another way for you to know whether you're in the purpose zone is to ask this question: what I'm doing now, if I am paid, oh, okay, no. If I am not paid to do what I'm doing now, will I still be doing it? That is how to answer that question. Some people, they are doing things that once you stop paying them, they no longer do it again. Fola Vincent can do training, can do human resource activities without being paid. But the funniest thing about purpose is that there is a way reward follows you, because anywhere purpose go, rewards follow. But reward is not the priority. It is for you to identify something you could actually put your energy into, that you are focused. There is an intrinsic motivation. You enter the effortless flow of the optimal experience, and there is a clarity. When you are at that particular zone, then we call it the um the purpose zone or the X factor zone. I love the way Professor put it. Thank you, Professor. Okay, so let's quickly look at the next slide. Like I said, I am not going to waste your time today. I understand so thank God the professor has already taken us to what I really want to talk about. So just consider the professional athlete in the midst of a crucial game. Every move and every decision is not just about winning. It's about expressing their passion and skill, operating in their purpose zone. They just want to demonstrate something they are passionate about. They want to demonstrate something that will bring out their energy. They want to demonstrate, they want to be part of something that is very purposeful. And don't forget, when we're defining purpose, we talk about the goal orientation, your strength, and the area of your passion, if you can still remember. So these are the place you focus on when it comes to the purpose zone. You focus on your strength, you focus on your passion, and you focus on your goal. So every activities you are doing are in alignment with the area of your strength, they are in alignment with the area of your passion, and they are in alignment with the area of your goal. As a matter of fact, you are not just thinking about winning. You just want to do something that is meaningful, impactful, and inspiring. So most times, but Ronaldo always think about winning. It's more than that. Go and look at the life of Ronaldo. Everything he does is inspiring. Look at it. Ronaldo does not have a natural talent like a gift of playing football like the way Messi did. But when you look at Ronaldo very well, through hard work, hard work. It usually take new challenges, and that is what took him to, is what is the name of that place? Is it Saudi Arabia? What do you call it now?
Saudi Arabia,
Yeah, that's what took him to
Saudi
Saudi.
particularly.
Yeah, that's what took him there. There's a one purpose you really want to achieve in that place. You want to become their ambassador in such a way that they will be able to be, join the FIFA. And I know that it might happen, except if there is a bias, but it's actually happening because they are giving them a very good publicity, and they are seriously revamping their brand around Ronaldo, and it's working. Other um, other players have started joining him. You can see Neymar has joined. So many of them have started joining him. Great talent have started joining him because anywhere purpose is, great talent follows. So if you are talented here, I need you, to pay attention to what we are saying this. Now, we asked this question at the beginning. I asked you this question at the beginning of this lecture. I said, you have to find the purpose zone, which I have already established that finding the purpose zone simply means where is your focus? What is your motivation? Is it intrinsic or extrinsic? And what is the area of your effortless flow and the optimal experience? And what of the clarity of direction? Then we are talking about how do you sustain it. Now, you need to understand that finding your purpose zone is not enough. You need to find a way to sustain it. So what do you do for you to sustain the purpose zone? You need to nurture the connection to purpose. So when I'm saying you need to nurture the connection to purpose, you need to look at everything that you care about. Anything, everything you care about, you need to ensure that it's in line with your purpose. And don't forget the formula. Energy plus purpose is equal to positive outcome. So you have to nurture your connection to purpose. How do you do that? Number one, set goals, take new challenges, review your passion, your value, your vision, and your mission statement, and ensure that you are always on focus. Okay, ensure that you're always focusing on your purpose. The purpose is the goal. So every other thing that revolve must revolve around your purpose. This is how to sustain purpose. And finally, how do you leverage it? How do you leverage the purpose zone? You could take purpose zone to become an advantage to you. It could become an advantage. It could become a competitive, advantage, a unique strength for you. When you look at organization, recently we are reading one book in my organization. We call it The Deep Purpose. It is a book that I love so much. I love that book because it actually changed many things about me, how to prioritize profit and purpose. They are two unique, different things. And if you are really going to build a competitive advantage, you must know how to balance profit with purpose. Call it uh, the social focus and the purpose, and the social focus or the purpose focus and the profit focus. And most of the time, people make decisions based on their purpose. People take action based on their purpose. It's a unique strength for you if you know how to maximize it. So the question is, how do you do that? So in any engagement you go, ensure that you're always prioritizing purpose because it has a way of giving you direction. It has a way of empowering you to take high quality decisions. And if you can take decision through the eyes of purpose, you can be very sure that, everything is going to really work well and end well. As a matter of fact, when you take decision through the eyes of purpose, before you know what is happening in your field, your sector, probably you're doing business or you're an employee, a high performer, or anything you want to call it, when you approach it with that, you will create remarkable uh, result. You create remarkable result. So this is where we are going to stop today. Let me quickly do a recap before I allow my professor or any other person in the house to just quickly make a contribution, and so that you can describe the experience of your purpose zone. We have been able to establish today that a purpose zone is the state where you are not just going through the motions, you are not just going through the mental, the emotional, or the physical motions, but you are actively engaged in activities that resonate with your deeper purpose. And we also said that operating within the purpose zone is not just about being busy. It is about being intentionally productive and fulfilled, sustaining happiness. And we say, how do you identify it? Look, you have to look at your focus, item focus, intrinsic motivation, effortless flow, and optimal experience, the clarity of direction. And we say, how do you sustain it? We say you should nurture a connection with your purpose. Do not be disconnected. Do not be distracted in what is important to you, in what you really care about. Don't be distracted in any way. You must stay focused. That is the key. And how do you leverage it? You can leverage it to your own competitive advantage by always amplifying impact through purposeful action. So what it means for you is this: any result you are going to be getting, you have to ensure that number one, it is inspiring results, impactful, purposeful results, impactful results. These are the things your eyes is on. And I want to tell you something: people that are in their purpose zone, they don't take excuses as to be part of them. Excuses not an option. You've got to win. You've got to be successful. You've got to be do things that are meaningful. You need to ensure that you make the world a beautiful place to actually stay. So I want to say thank you, for actually joining us today. So I'm going to leave the class open so that we can do one or two discussion. Okay. Let me quickly. Hello, doctor. I know you still have one or two things to say about the zone. So let me quickly give you the opportunity to do that. Why in the next few minutes, I also welcome, feedback from our participant for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Fola, for the
You're
opportunity.
welcome.
Like I was saying, and I will
Yeah.
go on to use another example, the Formula 1 athlete. I'm talking about Michael Schumacher's, the likes of Louis Hamilton. Those have been able to make the X Factor zone their permanent residence.
Yeah.
Because that's why they could achieve so much in the sport. How can you explain someone who is having a 7 F1, Formula 1 title? That's never before, and you went back to back. The season where Cristiano Ronaldo practices in the dark, where the season he hits the highest goals of his career.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because they've been able to zone in and focus on what they want to achieve, and that preparations and everything that supported them put them in the zone. And each and every one of us have even experienced an X Factor zone before, intentionally knowing. Well, maybe probably when you were in school or when you were at the office and you're working and you just discovered that things were effortless to you. You were not, and you were making a lot of productivities. You were being productive at that time, and you were not distracted. But the moment you are distracted, you are off it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I just want to ask. I want to ask this question: why the distraction? Even though some people that have purpose, they have goals, they have things they really want to achieve, but why the distraction? Why the distraction?
Yeah, for people at the office, colleagues could be as a result of colleagues. Your colleagues could actually distract you from your work, and probably, or you could get back into that zone you were before the colleague came to you. Is pretty difficult, and sometimes it's not easy to remain in that zone. You are only in the zone for a couple of hours, a couple of minutes, and but you have to make it you have to make it an intention to always be there. Because as a professional,
I love that word, intention. So you have to find a way to sustain it, that you are always staying focused. Yeah.
Yeah, to
IT
always
focus. Yeah, 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 yeah. So thank you so much, Prof.
it up.
So let me quickly give chance to our participant, as many of us that are ready to actually talk. So let's talk. So are you in your purpose zone, and how are you sustaining the purpose zone? Now that you understand what I mean by the purpose zone, how are you sustaining it? Or are you finding it difficult to sustain your purpose zone? Let's just talk about it generally. Share an experience of your purpose zone. So anybody just raise up your hand or mute yourself and speak. Let me get to hear, please. Thank you. And if you can't speak where you are, you can use the chat so that we can actually read it out. Is anybody speaking to us?
Hello.
Hello,
Good
Paul.
evening, Fola.
Good evening, Paul.
Yeah, thank you for such session.
Welcome.
I was blessed. I was blessed, and for mine is not a contribution. It's a more of a question.
Okay.
I would like to know. Purpose is very easy when what you choose as career is
Mhm.
in line or is even in your purpose. It's very easy. There's no divided attention. Like the
Yeah.
last speaker said, he
Yeah.
said we avoid distraction. So how do you balance that? How do you strike the balance when your purpose is not your career and career is calling for your attention, and um, maybe as God will have it, your purpose is not yet fetching you money, so to say, or bringing you are still at the neighboring stage, and you need to sustain your finances, which is what your career is giving you. So you can't afford to leave your career alone to do that. Or will you advise such person to leave that? I want to believe you get my question.
Yeah. I got your question, and I really want to paraphrase in this format. You are trying to ask me, what if what I refer to as my purpose is not in line with what I do in your job? Is that what you mean?
Yes, that's what I mean. Then how do you balance it? Since you know your career is the one, your job is what gives you a living, where you get money. Let me put it like that. And
Thank
you
you,
don't want to
thank you so
compromise.
much.
It requires
Thank,
that.
yeah, I got you. Now, listen, Paul. Um, the issue of purpose is to get you, okay, you were not around when we were talking about the four quadrants of purpose, and you want to find out where you are. So what I'm looking at now, it appears that you might be in the actor zone, whereby you are working, you are a high performer, but everything you are doing is not in line with your purpose. And you are doing everything you are doing now because you want to earn a living. And it's a good thing to earn a living. Do you understand me now? It's a good thing to earn salary. It's a good thing to do all of those things. But this here is what we are trying to say. The question is, how do you move from that quadrant or from that zone to this zone that we are talking about? So we call it that it takes intentionality. It takes your ability to align your real energy to your purpose. Whether you like it or not, I won't lie to you, Paul. Majority of us, we have been in that zone that you are right now. We just want the salary, irrespective of whether it's in line with our value, or is in line with our vision, or is in line with our purpose. I've been there before. Every one of us here, most of the time, they will tell you their experience that they've been there before. But the question is this: what are you doing in order for you to move out of the dark quadrant into a quadrant in which you will be able to be doing something purposeful? The thing you say, it is my purpose, and you are channeling your energy into it. And if you were with us during our four quadrants, we say that number one, try to align it. We are not saying you should go and resign your job now, but the question is, what is your step? It could mean that number one, you are developing yourself for your dream job. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's number one. Then number two, we said that
Yes, I'm with you.
purpose does not happen in isolation. So what it means that you can be as we speak right now, probably from tomorrow, you begin to find the way to connect yourself with a network that is in line with your dream job. You can begin to look for coaches, for mentors and sponsors We talked about coaches, sponsors, and mentors yesterday. You need all of these people in your life to get you out of those places you think that is not in line with your purpose to where you really want to be. And I share my own personal experience. Growing up, I started up as a teacher around 2010, 2011, and 2012. I was teaching chemistry in a school in Lagos State in Ikorodu. So I was teaching chemistry. They loved me. I was doing everything. But the time came, I discovered that no, there is more I can do. And in 2013, I discovered that more, which has to do with my purpose. Then I began to make a career switch. I did not resign immediately like I told you. Then the next thing I did was that what is the way forward? So I tried to clarify what I'm telling myself that is a vision. So the question is, have you clarified your vision? Have you been able to come into terms that, oh, this is my vision, this is exactly what I need? So the next thing I did immediately was to start aligning my energy and exploring my energy into shining to my purpose. So what did I do? I make up my mind that come Fola, I have to switch from chemistry into counseling psychology. And in 2014, I went to University of Ibadan to go and do my counseling psychology. And you know the funniest thing? I was still teaching chemistry even while doing counseling psychology. Am I communicating to you? Then along the line, I moved into a network of the human resources in 2013. Then I told them, please, I want to join them in what they do. And they started giving me opportunities through part-time job. They were giving me opportunities. They were giving me opportunity. Then if you want to know what is happening, immediately I finish up my master. I went fully into human resources and majorly into learning and development. And today, I'm a professional in human resources and especially in learning and development. Can you see? It's a process. And one of the things we are going to be teaching you or putting you through during the reinvest strategy that is going to begin in few days is about how you'll be able to move from that any contract you are into the visionary contract or your purpose zone. The reason why I'm speaking more on this is because I know that what I'm saying now will be helping so many people, listening to me that might be in the same shoe as you are. So, Paul, do you think I've
Yes,
answered
sir.
your question? Do you feel I've answered
Yes,
your
you did,
question?
and you did answer the question, and your experience, personal testimony in it. Yeah, it's
Thank you
very
so much. And
relevant.
don't worry. There is probably I don't want to say something, or any other person that want to say something. I do want to say something because I am like planning to, so that we can round up. It's almost 14 minutes. I do want to say something regarding the question that
Um,
Paul asked.
I think you've spoken more about it. More. What I want to emphasize is I guess is the last bit of it. You spoke about vision.
Mm-hmm,
What is your vision? What do you want to achieve exactly? Your
mm-hmm,
vision is your compass to where
mm-hmm.
you want to be. Okay? Every one of us, when we left school, we were like sheep without shepherd.
So,
We didn't
Mr.
know
Diolu, you
where
might
to
need to
start from.
round up so that we can close the session. It's 40 minutes. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Thank you. So, Paul, identify what the goal and the vision is, and the vision and the goals will help you be where you want to be. Then, when you identify it, what are the steps that you need to take? How do you get to? How do you achieve the vision, and how do you
Thank you
achieve the
so
goal?
much. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to stop here today, and definitely we are going to meet tomorrow. Probably we continue this conversation tomorrow. Please come same time, 7:30. It's just 40 minutes. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.